Hiya, I'm Michelle from Big Hits Digital Media, and this is our guide to editing the website.
Your website's interactive. You can also set up forms. So it might be people fill in a form to email you information. They fill in a form to contact you. They might fill in a form to join your mailing list. We've done the hard work behind this so that it all works perfectly. But if you go down to forms, you can alter your forms and create new ones. If you go down to the forms contact menu, you'll see that your website will already have a form there. You can duplicate this, which means make a copy, so you can have different types of forms. Now, the way this works is label is the information that's displayed to a customer. The customer can see this, and then these little placeholders are headings under which we're going to collect information. So you use these options here. So it might be I want a date of when people sent the email, the message on my form. It might be I want a phone number or just a number, a website maybe, a submit button, which will automatically, you need this in order to make sure that the form is sent. So you can use these check boxes or little boxes you can tick, radio buttons boxes you can tick, and drop down menus you can give it a list of options. We'll just cover the basics here. This is a basic guide. You can contact us for more detailed guides, but basically what we've done here is we've created a label for somebody's name, so it'll see your name, and then whatever information they send to us will be stored under this. Label your email, and whatever email they send us will be stored under this, and so on. Yeah. At the very bottom is a submit button, which tells the form to submit. If you go to the mail option, you can see where it's going to go to. You will have your email address in there. We'll have the website or whatever title you want in it. It doesn't really matter what title you put in there. It's just to say where it came from when you're scanning through your emails. And a subject, it might be that it's a mailing list you've created. It might be that it's a contact us form. And we'll give it a suitable name in there, and then a reply. So we'll put an email address at the very bottom from the customer, so that your email will be a copy of whatever they put under the email there. Yeah. Now you can have a range of messages when the form is sent, so you can edit any of these. You can have a range of messages, so the sender's message was sent successfully. You can put a thank you. If it's failed, you can put an error message in there as well that will appear in front of the customer, and there's various different options. You can also put error messages in if they have not filled in the form correctly. You can also limit as well how long, how much information you put in there. So if they copy and paste loads of things off the internet, you might want to limit them to 100 words or less. And you can put an error message there. Additional settings, don't worry about these too much. Like I say before, we set up all the settings to allow all this to communicate over your website. Now, to actually see what the form looks like and how to customize it, if you go to pages, choose a page. Let's choose this one here. We'll edit this page. Going to use Elementor. Okay, we're on the page where you can create a form. You can see there's already one made on this page, so if I click on it, it automatically takes you to the form settings. You can see it's got the same name as the form that we set up in the back end, and you can also see the information it's collected. So phone number, email address, business name. If I click on this, you can see that the placeholder, so the label that we put in the back end, full name, appears here. You can also see we've got some text here as well. That writing there is this full name asterisk here. You can also add, edit the form and duplicate it. Duplicate means you can make a copy and put it elsewhere to save time. You can also edit things like the buttons and decide the size of the button. The button in this case, you can just see there is that one there that kind of rolls over. The rollover just means it changes colour. And you can see that it's got the status of submit. So we've given it a little submit message, and it is submit button, so it's going to send it. Actions after we submit, we'll have already set this up for you, but you can see how it's going to collect. We've done all the back end work for you. It's going to collect the information and it's going to send it by email. And the email we're going to send it to will be whatever email you'd like it to go to. And the message will contain all the fields we set up in the back end that you saw before. So let's set up one from scratch and give you an idea. Let's do a mailing list. So I'm going to find a space on my page. I'm going to click this plus. I'm going to drag it in an intersection. Like an intersection, it's giving me 2 columns. You can have more. If you go right mouse button, you can see we can duplicate, add columns, etc. I'm just going to put some text here, so something like join our mailing list. Join our mailing list. Please be specific to your customers as well as to what they're signing up for. So you might have some terms and conditions underneath. What you don't want to do is get recognized as somebody who sends out lots of unrelated emails based on collecting people's information which they didn't know that they were consenting to. If you do send out lots of emails, what it does, it will blacklist on the internet things like Gmail and Yahoo Mail. They'll all blacklist your address if you're not careful, as you get lots of rebounds. So a rebound is when somebody looks at the email that you sent, they think that's spam and they mark it spam, or they just delete it. So be careful that you're very clear about your mailing list, what you want it to do and what people sign up for. Once you're happy with that, search your contact form. Once you're happy with it, search your contact form. I'm going to type a form now, so I'm going to put a form across here. Here it appears. I might want to collect the person's name, so you can see name has already gone in there. I want to collect their email address and I'll collect a message. Now, like I say, the back end of this is already set up, so all you need to do to make sure this is live is go down to the email, type in the email address where you want it to go to, maybe a message that appears in your email with all the responses. So every response you get, maybe have a new message from, I don't know, person signing up to mailing list. And that'll do. You click update after that, that's simply fine. Obviously this looks a bit boring at the moment, so what you can do is you can alter things. Notice some warning messages which I showed you before, that's popping up there because I've not put anything in it. Style will allow you to change the colours of the text to make it stand out more. You can see when I click update on this, it will change. You can also do, if I just cancel that for a second, you can also change the typography, so the letters, the writing that's on the labels, and so on. All that kind of stuff can be in there, and you can update. Columns, gaps, you can make the columns as wide or as small as you want, and also things like animation as well. You can add animation there. So it might be you want it just the whole form just to fade in. Maybe you want it to fade up, and you can also change the background as well. So it might be decide to either give a simple color, gradient maybe, and you can choose the colors that you might want to use as part of your background. Once you're done, if you click update, and then you can test it on the website and make sure it works. There are many other things you can do to increase the interactivity of your website and make your website more engaged for customers. This is a very short guide, but just to very quickly mention things like WooCommerce. If you want us to set up shops with emails that automatically send to customers, orders that pop up, also customer accounts and things, we can do that very easily. It would appear under WooCommerce, and that's ready for another video. You can also put in links here to social media. You can have Google listings. MailChimp is a mailing list that can include video and text and images, which we'll put into another video. Very quickly though, a very simple one you can do as well is you can link to social media very easily. We'll just grab hold of a page. So I'm going to choose this random page, this one here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to log into it and I'm going to connect it into my social media. In this case, I'm going to use Facebook. And the way to do this, I'm going to get hold of my Facebook links. So I'm going to go and get this Facebook link. There's our page. Find a space on my page. I'll just click it here. And I'm going to drag a widget here. In this case, it's going to be Facebook. These are already set up for you. In this case, I'm going to drag a widget. In this case, it's going to be Facebook. I can either put an entire page inside, or I can put a Facebook page where I can scroll. So I'm just going to choose one of these. Here's my page. I'm going to change this link from the default to our page. And I can choose whether it's going to be a small header or a little header. I think the bigger header is better. Cover picture or not. Profile picture or not. Call to action. So I can have a little call to action button such as these: share the page or like the page. And this will give a live feed to Facebook and to your social media. So you don't need to update your website and your social media separately. One will update the other. And of course you can decide whether you want animation such as it to fly into place, whether you want to align in the left or the middle or the right, etc. Once you're happy, click update, and that's how to add the social media in there. You do the same with Instagram, you can do the same with YouTube and many other social media platforms. If you're stuck, As always, give us a call and we can sort these things out for you.